first time we played this theatre, the Auditorium Theatre, and I walked on stage this afternoon. I had the distinct feeling of deja vu. I recognized these arches, the architecture, And I've sung here before. In 1988, I sang with Frank Zappa, right on this stage. One of the highlights of my very fortunate career and life. And Frank and I had a very, very long discussion that night about politics. He was very much at the forefront of the Rock the Boat project, remember that? Getting young people like yourself to vote. I have to say, I wonder what Frank would think about current malaise. I'm sure he'd have some very interesting comments to make. Now I'm a British citizen, I can say nothing about your relations, so I won't. I love this country, I want the best for it. We've got problems of our own over there. Anyway, Frank, it was a very interesting conversation tonight. Speaking of England, I want to talk about, or sing about my home in England. I have a little house in the English countryside. Well, it's more of a castle, really. It's quite near to Stonehenge. You know Stonehenge? If you ever come to Stonehenge, go down the hill south, 2 miles, see my house, knock on the door, make a cup of tea. I'm only speaking to you, by the way, nobody else. The other nice thing about my house, it's surrounded by barley fields. And at harvest time, see where I'm going with this? At harvest time, it looks like there's a sea of gold all around the house. So one day, I'm sitting at the front door thinking,